In the beginning there was no stone, no fire, not even silence. What existed was an ocean, but not an ocean as we know it, with shores, horizon, or depth. It was a liquid abyss, dark, eternal, a sea without beginning and without end. In this liquid chaos, a solitary elevation emerged, a solid point where before there was only dissolution. Its name was Benben. It was not just rock, it was will, the first gesture of the cosmos trying to organize itself. And upon this sacred hill, a lotus flower bloomed. When the flower opened, it released light, and with the light, Ra was born, not begotten, not created, but manifested as the very principle of existence. Ra was the first god, the first presence with form, with strength, with a destiny of his own. Ra begot 2 children, Shu, the light, invisible air that separates sky and earth, and Tefnut, the moisture, the mist, the tear, the essence of life. The universe, still in formation, was too vast, and Shu and Tefnut dove into the primordial waters to explore it. They disappeared for so long that even the immortal Ra felt fear. Eternity tasted the flavor of loss. In the absence of his children, Ra wept, and his tears touched the dust of creation. From them humanity was born. When Shu and Tefnut returned, Ra rejoiced in ecstasy. From their reunion emerged new deities: Geb, god of the earth; Nut, goddess of the sky. Geb and Nut loved each other with fury, entwined so intensely that the world could not breathe. Moved by his own creation, Ra forcibly separated the couple, lifting Nut to the heavens and pressing Geb down. Thus were born the sky and the earth. But the Creator knew that from the union of sky and earth, a dangerous lineage would arise, one that would threaten the throne of the sun. Ra forbade Geb and Nut from having children, but destiny does not respect decrees, and the children were born anyway. 4 forces, 4 myths, 4 imbalances: Isis, the mother; the sorceress, the faithful; Nephthys, the shadow, servant of the hidden; Seth, the desert, destruction, chaos; Osiris, the king, bearer of order, the civilizer. And it was Osiris who ascended the throne of Egypt. The world reorganized under his reign. The once wild men learned to plant, weave, judge, pray. But Seth did not plant, weave, or pray. He watched, and what he saw corroded him. Seth lived on the outskirts, on the margins, in the arid desert surrounding his brother's fertility. And where life grows, so does envy. Seth plotted, waited, invited Osiris to a banquet. During the feast he presented a gift, a richly carved coffin. He said he would give it to the one who fit perfectly inside. Osiris entered and never came out. Seth sealed the coffin, threw it into the Nile, drowned the god-king, silenced the world with a gesture. Isis wept, and from her tears the Nile overflowed. The floods were born from mourning. Isis searched, scoured Egypt, found her husband's body, hid it. But Seth found it too. In fury he dismembered Osiris, dividing him into 42 parts, scattering the fragments across Egypt's provinces, turning the body into a map of pain. Isis, with the help of Anubis, the jackal-headed god, gathered the pieces one by one, and with her magic and the silence of death, she mummified Osiris, creating the first funerary ritual. And then, the impossible, she resurrected the king. But Osiris would not return to the living. His throne was now in the underworld, his domain, the darkness. Before departing, Osiris left a legacy, a son, born of a love interrupted. His name was Horus. Horus grew up in the shadow of tragedy, and when he came of age, he raised his eyes to the usurped throne. His uncle Seth now ruled as a tyrant. Egypt was fragmented, justice drowned, and time corrupted. Horus claimed the throne, and the gods formed a tribunal to judge. Meanwhile, the 2 gods faced each other countless times, fought like beasts, competed like brothers, bled like gods. Seth tried to overpower Horus with lust, tried to corrupt him, violate him, but Horus resisted, counterattacked with cunning, made Seth eat leaves tainted with his seed, and humiliated the destroyer god before all. Still, the trial dragged on for 80 years. Horus lost an eye, Seth lost respect. Isis, even as a mother, failed to kill her brother and was attacked by her own son. Horus cut off her head, and Thoth, the god of knowledge, saved her by giving her a cow's head. Chaos seemed unending, but finally the tribunal ruled. Horus was the rightful heir, the throne was his. Isis wept again, but now with pride, and Horus's cry echoed in the skies like thunder, like a storm. The age of Horus began, and all the pharaohs, all the kings who came after, carried his blood. Meanwhile, Ra sailed the skies by day, crossed the world in his solar bark, but at night he descended to the underworld, where he faced Apophis, the serpent of chaos. Every day the sun rose because Ra triumphed, but when the serpent swallowed his bark, the world entered a brief, profound eclipse, a reminder that chaos never dies. Ra aged and chose to leave the throne, becoming eternal, and the pharaohs took on his name. Ramses, son of Ra. The throne became the mirror of the sun. In the underworld, Anubis reigned at the threshold, weighing the hearts of the dead. If it was lighter than Maat's feather, the soul went to Osiris. If heavier, it was devoured by Amit, the devourer of souls. Anubis did not judge, he only revealed the truth. And in the houses between men and shadows lived the goddess Bastet, with a cat's head and eyes that saw beyond, protector of the home, companion of the sun, guardian of the night. The Egyptians revered cats, believing they returned from death. Protected homes like Bastet lived 9 lives because they carried the memory of a forgotten goddess. Even when the cult of the gods ended, even when the pyramids fell silent, the eyes of the cats continued to shine in the dark, as if waiting for their divinity to return. And so, amid forgotten pyramids, temples and silence, the gods of Egypt still whisper. They have not disappeared, they merely wait to be called again by those who still remember their names. If this journey touched you, if the weight of judgment, the sorrow of Isis, or the fury of Horus echoed within, subscribe to Mythology. Activate notifications so you don't miss the next dives into myth and darkness. Your support makes the gods awaken. Like, share, and comment below. Which of these gods still walks among us? Thank you for keeping Mythology alive, because myths are reborn when someone dares to tell them.